Pistons really to penetrate that three-point line, except for that last shot.
Santos on the baseline. And now we have started the game. Terry Stotts, Steve Kerr, and Jerry Stackhouse. Great coaching staff in Golden State. Great guys, and man, can they coach. Just like the Pistons staff. Pistons to the corner, Danis with a miss. After the two free throws on the other end, Golden State leads 2-0. Santos. Gives it up. Jemsey drives it. Scoop book, no. Off it comes to Asar. Asar on the run, right to the rim, and he decides against it. There was defense there, and the shot clock had plenty on it. Duncan Robinson from distance. Ouch! Halfway down, it came out. A little too much English on it. Melton in the forecourt, stops and fires topside, and he fills it up.
See what I mean?
The Anthony Melton,
he can play.
At 18 on 7 for 13 in the game Gregory was talking about against the Pistons out west. Tobias with a drive, off the glass and hits it. Hits the glass perfectly. Pass into forecourt, skids away.
Sure did.
A big man ran into him, big time. Draymond on top. Trying to go back door to Santos. Pistons take it away. Asar with the basketball. Asar to the basket. Lefty gun on the run, no. Rebound Draymond. Green. Porzingis picked off by Asar Thompson. Duncan Robinson with a lob to JD. Kept it alive for Tobias. Duncan faked the shot. And
2 years ago, running over Boston,
who's the champ? Duncan Robinson got one. It's 5-3 Warriors. Melton has it against Danis, and he can tie it up. They go inside to Duncan Robinson. He got it blocked by Porzingis. On the other end, Melton was
Pistons or any team in a situation like this, all three officials missed it. All three missed it.
JB yelled at Mitchell Irvin, hey Mitchell, get your crew together. Jalen Duren hands to Danis. Tobias inside to Asar. He's to Danis. Tobias inside to Asar. He's surrounded. KD gets the pass and bails the Pistons out. Just forced it up and in off the window.
Went into the chip.
So ayan, nawawala yung signal natin mga idol.
Without Joker in the lineup. To the chest of Porzingis and somewhat neutralized his 7'4" frame.
Porzingis with that range, but misses the long gun. Asar with a rebound, took it away from Peyton Jr. Danis gives to Duncan Robinson, gets it back. Danis with a bounce to JD. Nearly won a championship. The phantom foul on Bill Laimbeer took that away. In '89, the Pistons were ready to hoist the trophy. Now 7-5. Melton got deep though and laid it in.
That was such a good cut by Melton that even though the pass wasn't there, at the very moment he was open.
Retired in Charlotte last night. Steph and Seth flew to Charlotte to be there with the family. And Del Curry, by the way, from 91 to 98, the only player to shoot over 40% on threes every single year.
Congratulations, Del Curry.
Love Del Curry. Well deserved. And if you're playing golf, you want Del to be your partner. Believe me, absolutely. Beautifully done. Del Curry, I used to watch so much Del Curry set shot footage on YouTube. The YouTube algorithm for a while just kept sending me Del Curry. I just wanted to figure out how he did that. He was so good at that set shot. Jay Cryer got body bump but missed that shot. Del Curry also was drafted in the MLB. He could have been a baseball player. That's what a great athlete he was. Jenkins from the elbow. That's one of those ball screens that's under the three-point line, in close. And Coach Kerr, well, he wanted Cryer to shoot 2 free throws. He's going crazy right now on the officials. That's a turn. Pachevsky is fouled. Yeah, he was one foul. Both coaches are on the officials. So Coach Kerr just got a tee. Yeah, he's lit into him. He's still going. There's the ball screen, and Duren, maybe he wanted a moving screen, I think, on Jalen Duren, who was just kind of holding on to Cryer. Well, when Cryer got fouled and there was no call, Steve was already hot. Yeah. Then he was double hot on both ends. So the technical. So, yeah, Mitchell Irvin, Aaron Smith, and Tyler Ricks have their hands full tonight with J.B. Bickerstaff and Coach Kerr both going at them. Let's just be honest. It's not easy to officiate a Pistons game. No, it's not. Because they're going to bump and grind you all the time. Yeah, and both coaches are going to keep you accountable if you miss anything. You're just, as an officiating staff, you're just trying to call the egregious ones. And this is the play where you got right there. It was around your back. Bounced him to the side. We had a great look at it. Yeah, there you go. The Warriors still hanging in there. The Warriors, they just have to play through all of this. Sometimes you got to play through some contact. You know it's going to come. You're not surprised by it. Melton's got 11. Chaz Lanier checking in. Jenkins on his own number again. Off back iron. Melton back for the rebound, and you need that. Everybody in the cream-colored jerseys got to get to the glass against this Pistons team, and they're doing a good job. Melton an open three. Draymond does that with Steph and has for 14 years. That was beautifully done on the ball screen. And he just takes advantage of his guy cheating off of him, sagging off him so much. So set a handoff screen. Whoever he said the screens were is going to have some space off there. D'Anthony Melton found that out. Here back to Holland. Thought about that three. Basketball, Paul winds up and misses the three. Good box out past Spencer initially. And just past work, got that ball to Guy Santos. Every possession critical against a team as good as Detroit. Even though Paul Reed is 37% from three-point range, Warriors are we're just going to live with some of this. We're going to clog up the paint. Melton just that three short. So if I'm D'Anthony Melton there, you got Paul Reed on you. He's much bigger, but he's also much slower. And see if you can use your quickness advantage and get by him and make a play for someone else if you can't finish yourself. As Porzingis is going to come back in here. The Warriors have done a great job with their shot selection this game, driving as much as possible. Anytime they see a gap, anytime they have an advantage, trying to use their quickness advantage.
Hanggang final step.
Green miss.
Stop watching paid NBA.
Jenkins driving. Porzingis is there again. Shot clock at 5. Jenkins. What a nice finish there. Amazing job just not traveling. His momentum is taking him to the baseline. Somehow he has the body control and the pivot to get himself out of jail. He'll take it from you and finish on the other end. Paul Reed with the basket. Well, somehow you're still winning the points off turnover battle. You forced 5 turnovers, you scored 9 points off that. They forced 10 and only scored 7. Vegas missing that 3. Tyus Harris the rebound. But if you're the Warriors, you're in the game. That's the first thing against an elite team. They were never in that Celtics game. You're leading. Tobias Harris playing his free throw line jumper. Steve Kerr going to take the timeout.
Okay mga idol, timeout po tayo 43 and 40 in favor of Golden State Warriors. Pero malayo-layo pa po ito. At buti na lang wala si Cade Cunningham, na collapse lang. Okay.
the very moment he was open, he was still open when he eventually got there.
Melton with all 7 for Golden State. With Suds, probably. Asar from the corner for 3 is going to be short. Off it comes to Bajemski. Still 7-7 with 7 and 17 to play in the first. Play that number. Anthony Melton in the corner, bounces to Peyton Jr. Drives, dishes to Porzingis. Now Draymond's open for a...
Teams feel like we should be 10 points ahead.
It's still 7-7. Just under 7 to play in the first. Bajemski screened by Jalen Duran for Tobias. Top side of Danis. Danis Jenkins hooks it inside to Asar. Rises and guns over Porzingis, and he got it. Said he was pushed.
Yeah, he decided to go ahead and attack Porzingis that time with his elevation. Porzingis 7 feet 2 inches tall, unable to respond.
Almost 7-3. It's 9-7 Pistons, thanks to Asar Thompson. Porzingis hands to DeAnthony Melton for a long 3. It's short, off the rim to Draymond Green. Gives to Melton, who drives and delivers another deuce. He already has 9 points. Does that mean all 9? Yes, he does have all 9 for Golden State. Tobias with a triple. And now the Pistons are up 12-9. Tobias with 5. Melton down deep. Unable to score in the crowd this time. Pistons on the run. Tobias with a foul. JD with a jam. And Steve Kerr with a timeout. 1. 3 from Danis Jenkins. That was back at the Silverdome. Spencer checks in. Former lacrosse legend. D. Santos catches on the wing. Beat the buzzer but missed the shot. Right now the Pistons 14, DeAnthony Melton 9. Tobias with the basket, rejected. It's off the floor to Draymond Green. Spencer to the basket. Sticks it.
He's a scorer. When he comes in, he is looking to score. Sort of reminds you a bit of Tiger Rome, Georgia. You know, when he gets that basketball, he's looking for one thing, and that's score the bucket.
Danis to the basket. Explosive speed and quickness, and he makes it 16-11.
Nice attack. Knew where he was and was able to size up Draymond Green and make the necessary move to elude his defensive effort.
Matt Spencer running
He's one of the best lacrosse
Jim
players
Brown.
ever. There you go.
No, not one of them. The greatest football player ever.
I'd agree with that.
And Golden State turns it over. On the run.
Trying to get away with it.
Third 7 from Turkey. Santos snaps the pass into the corner. And a good looking rainbow gun goes for Will Richard, a second round.
So, pasensya na kayo mga Lord. Medyo nawawala yung signal natin pero pipilitin natin may update lagi yung score. Wala pa rin po si Stephen Curry dito mga idol. Home court po ng Detroit Pistons. Ayan. 45-40 in favor of Golden State Warriors. Medyo hassle ang laro ngayon ng Detroit kasi wala si Cunningham. Ayan. Pero siyempre, mas matibay pa rin talaga kung nandito si Stephen Curry. May foul na nakuha si Pujenski. Additional free throws.
Yeah, find it. Make him foul you. And Duncan Robinson is saying, I thought I held my line there, but the officials are saying you went
So,
into
shout out po kay
Bajemski's
Bernardo
line.
Flor.
So now Porzingis has gone back to the locker room.
Bastura. Shout out po sa inyo mga sir.
Brandon Bajemski, couple free throws courtesy of Waymo. free thrower on the year, 1 of 2 from the line. And the toughest thing for the defense, Duncan Robinson on that play is like, how much do I give? Right? What is my line? You know what I mean? Like he's going to say, I kept my line, but if this was like, no, you went into his line. Great. Basketball ball's coming alive here. He's got 7 on 3 of 4 shooting. Deflected back and backcourt violation on the Warriors. That's a dead ball one. Warriors are hoping that doesn't hurt them as much, but again, you're still winning the points off turnover battle, and you're trying as hard as you can to win the possession battle of this game.
Wala na naman mga Lodi, signal natin.
Ingram, quick. Great job when it comes to rebounds. You've had Guy Santos banged up, and now Porzingis back in the locker room, and you have enough bodies. That's going to be the question. Sar Thompson sucking up that space, and Draymond knocked it away. GP2. Melton sensing a seam down the lane, and Reed defended the rim. Tobias Harris picked up that dribble. Good job by Podziemski to slow down that Pistons break. Harris looking to find Reed on the roll. Step around, and Draymond made that a very difficult shot. Duncan Robinson, they run him off the line initially. Reload, missed for 3. Podziemski and Pat Spencer sold out perfectly. But then the Warriors throw it away. Now Robinson an open 3. He didn't miss those. Yeah, the basketball gods are going to make you pay for that one. The Warriors turn the ball over. That's 12 of them now. The funny thing is that they're number 1 in steals. The Pistons are. Guess who's number 2? The Warriors. You got to use that to your advantage too. Get active with your hands. We've seen a little bit of it here. Warriors are forced to turnover. Podziemski on the step through. Skip pass back to Pod. Shot clock down to 3. And Brandon puts it in. Warriors are shooting. The 50% shooting against a team this good. Pistons top 3 in field goal percentage defense, top 3 in 3-point percentage defense, top 3 in points allowed. Tobias Harris banking it home. That's just a little ball movement. His defender was in help position, so Tobias Harris just ripped it through quick. He knew he was going to have an angle. Podziemski hit a couple, but missed the 3 there. Warriors would love to have a good push here. Going to halftime with some momentum as Duncan Robinson rattles one out. Robinson, they were selling out. He ended up on the deck. Final 2 minutes here. Podziemski didn't settle for the 3 there, but Tobias Harris moved his feet. And GP2 was fouled.
Yeah, GP2 was ducked in. He was just sitting in there. Good thing they threw the ball to him, because that almost was going to be a 3-second violation, but he's so strong in there, and he caught LeVert off guard. He ducked in. He had him deep in the restricted circle, which is his neighborhood. He's always going to be around the basket, and Draymond.
Ayan mga boss.
So lamang na mga idol, ang Detroit Pistons, ito ang sinasabi ko lagi eh. Ito ang kahinaan ng Golden State Warriors mga idol sa huli. Sa bagay, second quarter pa lang naman mga Lodi, mag-half time na tayo. Pero sabi ko nga, sanay na tayong machok dito sa Golden State Warriors na to. Time out tayo mga idol, time out po tayo. Habang time out po tayo ay habang time out po tayo, update muna po tayo mga idol. Ayan. Update muna po tayo sino mga naglalaro ngayong araw nito. Grabe naman yun. Okay. OKC kontra Brooklyn Nets mga idol, 32-45, second quarter din. At yun na nga. 15-51 in favor of Detroit Pistons. Timeout po tayo dito mga idol ha. At wala na 1 minuto na titira in the second quarter. Atlanta kontra Rockets, 27-32 in favor of Rockets first quarter. Boston Celtics kontra Memphis Grizzlies, all 27 in the first quarter. Portland Blazers kontra Memphis Grizzlies Timberwolves 33-28 mga idol in the first quarter. Ayan yung mga naglalaro ngayong araw.
Upset. If you want to have a win in a game like this, you can't have the mental lapses. And Jimsky just threw one up for grabs there. And he's falling out of bounds. That was the problem. And Draymond tried to get that one, and immediately Reed is coming up underarms. It's easier said than done, but if you're falling out of young players, just throw it to mid-court. Yeah, don't ever throw the ball under your own basket. Or just crack it right off your defender that's in front of you. He could have done that, but you live and learn. As Paul Reed has had an impact. My goodness, he's been active out here. So Reed dropping in that second free throw. Pistons' biggest lead, 7. Warriors had a 9-point lead. Final 50 ticks here in the first half. Pryor calling his own number again, rim that out, and Jenkins with the rebound. Pistons can go 2 for 1, and Davis Jenkins is always going 100 miles an hour. They double-team Tobias Harris. He didn't want to shoot that 3. Duncan Robinson will shoot the 3. And drop it in. Pryor tried to lock it around that screen, but he just made a tough shot. So now, about a 7-second game shot clock difference. Jemsky and Draymond up top. Jemsky on Reed, shot clock at 3. Hodge tried to get it to Will Richard, knocked away. It's still Warrior ball with 1.2 to shoot. That's the only problem with that D-cell off 1 foot.
Another turnover na naman para kay Pujansky mga idol.
It's almost like jumping in the air with nowhere to go.
Mag-half time na po tayo mga idol at 15-25 in favor of Detroit Pistons.
Make sure you give your teammates an outlet. Got the shot off in time, but then Duncan Robinson basket hanging gets a layup. This is a very tough finish to the half.
Ganda ng pasa.
Jemsky from mid-court. So the Pistons.
Okay. Half time po tayo mga Lodi. Half time po tayo mga idol. Problema natin yung signal mga idol. Medyo humihina talaga yung signal natin. Ayan.
Points for Golden State. His first 2 points, but he's tied the game at
Highlights muna
21.
tayo mga idol.
Golden State very competitive here early on. Lazar moves inside, flips it to JD, and the pass was a little hot and wide. Lost out of bounds.
The man out in front on that zone putting a lot of pressure on the ball while everybody else waits for whatever's coming. Golden State's defense has taken over this game as I believe they are on a 10-1 run.
How about Porzingis made a couple of free throws, felt better about his shot. 4:21, a minute left in the first. Porzingis bounces to Pajemski. To the lane. About a 12-point score this season for Golden State. And they now lead suddenly by 5.
And now they're in man-to-man defense. They keep changing it up.
As Levert drops it deep to Lazar. Blocked by Porzingis on the shot try. The Anthony Melton squirts through the defense. Got Tried to jam it and did not finish. Bothered by the crowd of Pistons. Karis LeVert to the rim. That was blocked. 18.2 seconds to play in the first. Bajemski against Karis LeVert on the perimeter. 9 seconds, now 8, now 7. Bajemski keeps the dribble. Porzingis with a three, and it doesn't develop. Courtside and hoists the trophy. It's now 7-5. Melton got deep though and laid it in.
That was such a good cut by Melton that even though the pass wasn't there, at the very moment he was open, he was still open when he eventually got there.
Melton with all 7 for Golden State. With Suggs probably. Lazar from the corner for 3 is going to be short. Off it comes to Bajemski. Still 7-7 with 7 and 17 to play in the first. Play that number. Anthony Melton in the corner, bounces to Peyton Jr. Drives, dishes to Porzingis. Now Draymond's open for...
Teams feel like we should be 10 points ahead.
It's still 7-7. Just under 7 to play in the first. Bajemski screened by Jalen Duren for Tobias. Top side of Danis. Danis Jenkins hooks it inside to Lazar. Rises and guns over Porzingis, and he got it. Said he was pushed.
Yeah, he decided to go ahead and attack Porzingis that time. With his elevation, Porzingis 7 feet 2 inches tall, unable to respond.
Almost 7-3. It's 9-7 Pistons, thanks to Asar Thompson. Porzingis hands to Anthony Melton for a long 3. It's short. Off the rim to Draymond Green. Gives to Melton, who drives and delivers another deuce. He already has 9 points. Does that mean all 9? Yes, he does. Of all 9 for Golden State. Tobias with a triple. And now the Pistons are up 12-9. Tobias with 5. Melton down deep. Unable to score in the crowd this time. Pistons on the run. Tobias with a lob. JD with a jam. And Steve Kerr with a timeout. 1. 3 from Danis Jenkins. That was back at the Silverdome. Spencer checks in. Former lacrosse legend. D. Santos catches on the wing. Beat the buzzer but missed the shot. Right now the Pistons 14, Anthony Melton 9. Tobias to the basket, rejected. It's off the floor to Draymond Green. Spencer to the basket. Fix it.
He's a scorer. When he comes in, he is looking to score. Sort of reminds you a bit of Ty Jerome, Georgia. You know, when he gets that basketball, he's looking for one thing, and that's score the bucket.
Danis to the basket. Explosive speed and quickness, and he makes it 16-11.
Nice attack. Knew where he was and was able to size up Draymond Green and make the necessary move to elude his defensive effort.
Pat Spencer running
one of the best lacrosse players ever. There you go.
No, not one of them. The greatest football player ever.
I'd agree with that.
And Golden State turns it over. On the run.
Trying to get away with it.
Third 7 from Turkey. Santos snaps the pass into the corner. And a good looking rainbow gun goes for Will Richard, a second round. LJ Cryer, 27 to 21. Cryer made the technical foul free throw. Jade led them in the first. Jalen Duran 6 led the Pistons. Danish Jenkins started at point guard, got a rest late in the quarter.
Look at this zone. It's designed to keep max pressure on the basketball while everybody else plays an area.
Devontae Green over the zone, and he missed it. Santos with the rebound. Santos to Payton the second. Basket cut by Pajemski, but he lost the pass. Warriors keep it for a minute, but Donut out hustle. The hustle man, Ron Holland.
Nice job
To the rim. You need players like that too, don't you?
Sure. Can't get him.
Uh-oh. Put in the corner was Draymond Green, and he dropped it off for Payton the second, and a dunk. It's 29-23 Warriors.
He has explosive hops. Like Danish Jenkins, about the same size with explosive hops.
Barris LeVert, topside long gun, no. JD with a rebound, took it away from Draymond Green and laid it in.
That's not going to make Draymond happy. He feels like those balls are his.
He
got out
snatched that right out of his hands. Cryer fires from the top and it drops. That's a good shooter. Third team All-American for Houston in 25. They got all the way to the NCAA Finals. 4 points, 3 assists for Danis. The forecourt, Cryer flips it to Santos, topside Draymond Green. Payton to Pajemski for a three, and it's through. He splashed it down.
Oh boy, you just hope this is not one of those nights where the Pistons are going to have to deal with that. We got 6 of them now.
Danis looking for some room to explode. Pistons swinging, topside Paris LeVert opens for three. Won't go through. JD with a rebound, back up and in. Great job by Jalen Duran. He has 10, and the Pistons are within 6.
Some of these three-point looks.
So they start making them, they're going to be able to. Cryer, the shooter from Houston? Absolutely it does. Impressive names on that list.
Yeah.
Pistons out of the timeout. They need to slow down the Warriors. They trail now 38-29. Danis with a lob, and look at Hustle Man get up and throw it down. Ron Holland.
There was no, dilly-dallying around on that when the Pistons attacked quickly and got exactly what they wanted off of movement and a good pass.
Cryer with a low dribble, rises and fires. This one pops out to JD. Quickly to Danish Jenkins. Dennis shadowed by Cryer. He'll stick to the wing and knock it down.
You get down the floor quickly, they're not going to try and set up in a zone when they're getting back on defense after you force a miss. And that's a good way to attack, but you got to do it defensively.
Jerry Stotts can't help but smile at what his head coach did. Meantime, Anthony Melton ups his scoring numbers to 11. And Golden State's up 40-34.
Draymond Green was able to make that happen from out of bounds.
Jenkins from the lane. That's the 15-footer. Melton with a bounce ahead to Spencer. Melton gets it back on top and triples. Anthony Melton's had a heck of an evening so far. 14 points in 9 minutes.
Folks, Draymond Green is not scoring. He's not even shooting. But he is certainly making things happen for his teammates. A moment ago, a really nice handoff assist and a screen.
Ron Holland fakes a shot into the corner for Paul Reed. He sends it, doesn't score it. Off the floor to the Warriors. Melton doubles to Spencer. Now DeAnthony gets it back. Shot clock at 11. Melton, Devontae Green, I believe, just went to the locker room. Pistons to Tobias. Against Melton. Shot clock at 8 for Danis. Inside among the trees. Hooks over Porzingis, and he hit it. Porzingis 7-2 and change. 9 for Danis.
There are a lot
7 here in the second.
A lot of folks here in this arena under 6 feet that got a big kick out of that.
Paul Reed with a steal and a stuff. Taken away from Santos. And now the Pistons are within 5 with 6 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the half. Porzingis from the sideline missed the 3. Tobias rips the rebound away from the Warriors. Tobias keeps the dribble, gets to the paint, fires
There was a great elevation to get it up over. Porzingis, 7 feet 2, almost 3, as George said. And then even smaller, Danis Jenkins doing the same thing, just barely out of the reach of a defending Porzingis. Those 2 buckets, Pistons were able to make it happen.
Nice job by J.B. Bickerstaff's staff. Kevin Burleson, the assistant coach handling that situation. Top notch. Porzingis against Tobias out of the timeout. Porzingis gets to the front of the rim and misses. Rebound, Paul Reed.
That was staying down if you're Tobias Harris. I always say, when you're guarding somebody that tall, don't jump, don't go for the pump fake. You're not going to block the shot anyway. Stay down and body up.
8 straight Piston points as Paul Reed scores against Porzingis. Kind of took him out by himself.
Paul Reed's having a good game again.
Spencer lobs it inside. Nice touch up and in by Payton, who has 4. And Golden State leads by 3, 45-42.
Spencer looked like Draymond Green on that find. That's beautiful.
Yeah. The guy who is a scorer primarily. He's a very good passer. Duncan Robinson converts. 45-44. That was a 2. With a miss, top side of Paul Reed. Reed against Draymond Green. Hands to Duncan Robinson. Duncan is 2-time trapped, but he gave it up to Asar. Asar rises. Line drive gun won't go. Off the floor to Draymond Green. Spencer with it. Podziemski with a catch in the corner and a drop.
Got his wish granted.
Podziemski got 1. He has 6. Golden State by 2 with 4.5 to play in the half. Paul Reed hooks and hits. I'm going to go lefty here and show you what I can do. And now the Pistons have tied the score. Pass got Asar with the basketball for the Pistons. Tie ball game, 4 minutes to play first half. Garrett's reverse pass tipped away by Payton, but it's caught by Paul Reed. Paul flips it to Asar. Lost the high dribble to Podziemski. Podziemski up the left side. Keeps the dribble against Duncan Robinson.
What the Warriors are doing offensively with their shooting, because this is the only team in the league that's top.
Okay, back to the ball game tayo mga idol. Third quarter na po ito. At 15-57 in favor of Detroit.
Kristaps Porzingis went to the locker room with a lower back issue. So Malachi Leon starts the second half. Podziemski missing there.
Well, I'll say this about him. I said it about his brother. He's figured out how to be effective. And
The Pistons just don't get fooled very often. Asar, 100 miles an hour. If he had made that, let's fly to Atlanta.
he tried to get fancy with it. Instead of jumping into the defender,
Anything near him is a problem. And Asar Thompson the steal. It's Tobias Harris the layup.
you want to make sure the pass gets to its target. And I was going to compliment Draymond the last possession where, even though they missed a shot, he got in the lane. He took a beat there. He wasn't rushed.
Podziemski cutting back door. Draymond found him nicely.
Another one where Draymond takes the beat. He's not rushed. He doesn't throw the pass too early, like play before the play. He'll let Podziemski juke his man first. Okay, you know he's open. Throw the pass.
Pistons a 50-win team, 25-8 at home. An elite defensive squad, the best team in the Eastern Conference. Duncan Robinson couldn't get that off. D'Anthony Melton was there to beat the shot clock buzzer. That's 24 seconds of great defense by the Warriors.
He knew he had to rush that one. The Warriors switched that one late, found a way to make it tough, and the clock was running down, so you just made multiple efforts, make them keep working that ball around, don't give up. You get one guy just getting lazy there and messes everything up for the Warriors defense, but you didn't let that happen.
Alafai Leones to a cutting D. Santos to lay it up.
Warriors are showing some patience here. You get a little pump fake in there after that cut from Keith Santos. And sometimes that's what it takes against these really good defensive teams. A little patience.
Duran just banging and bumping to pick up the foul. Flip that up and in.
Well, Jalen Duran, he's trying to step up to the plate. His running mate, Cade Cunningham, is. That's patience there. That's pump fakes.
That's a no call.
Yeah, you'd love to see a no call there. You saw Paul Reed go.
The physicality we've had in this game, that's a foul.
Chest to chest with Porzingis on the other side.
Ayan mga bossing, para po tuloy-tuloy yung panonood nyo mga boss. Available pa rin po.
From Boston to Detroit to Atlanta. Difficult tour of the East. Draymond missed that three. Alafai Leones with a rebound. Alafai backing down Jenkins to put it up and in.
He's got a small defender. Like, don't pass it out. When you're looking for an advantage, you're the advantage. That's the boldness you need from Alafai Leones.
Alafai was a great defender in college at Bradley. A little Tobias Harris turned inside again.
And so where's the foul there? That's a tough one because Melton came over,
knocked 9 feet away.
Melton came over to double team, and he's trying to stand his ground. This could have been a charge. Did he get outside the restricted circle?
Now remember though, a play initiates in the lower defensive box.
The restricted circle is
The restricted circle doesn't.
Ayan, para po tuloy-tuloy yung panonood nyo ang mga boss, mag-avail na po kayo ng NBA League Pass. Premium app.
A lot of times you'll find different ways to say the same thing, but
Well, it's a long season.
It hits hard at the same time. It's a long season. It hits hard all the same.
Duran hits hard too. He's 1 of 2 from the line. Sitting there at a 7-point game, a 7-point Detroit lead at halftime. One of 2 from the line. Sitting there at a 7-point game, a 7-point Detroit lead at halftime. Melton dribbled through the whole roster to set up D. Santos for 3. Duran with the rebound. Jalen Duran, 14 points, 5 boards.
Say, was he going to try to post up from outside the three-point line?
He did well just to catch that. And then finished.
The reason he cut it is because he could jump over people. That's his airspace and no one else's.
Yeah, he's only got 4 points, but he's had a huge impact on the game. Anthony Melton gets Duran out top. They double Draymond. Knocked it away with the shot clock at 7. GP2, shot clock at 3. Warriors get nothing. The other way.
GP2's down.
Drop it inside and GP2 behind the play, and Steve's got to use the timeout. The Pistons are like a...
So ayan mga idol, 11 na pong kalamangan ng Detroit. Halimaw talaga kahit wala si Cunningham. Bobo talaga to. Leyang Warriors na to.
pass into the right corner. Payton's not a big-time shooter. Makes the catch, gives it up. Melton with a drive. The Anthony Melton lefty hook, no. Hits the floor. Rebound, Tobias. Here's the Karis LeVert, gets it back. Hooks it back inside to Paul Reed. He'll duck and hit the shot. No, it doesn't come off the glass quite as soft as I thought, but it ends up with Duncan Robinson's hands. Missed the three from the wing. Warriors throw it away because Draymond Green was not expecting a pass and hit him in the side of the head. Duncan Robinson on the other end triples, and the Pistons lead 49-46. They can thank the Warriors in a way for part of that 15-3 run now. 2:50 left in the half. Podziemski against Duncan Robinson. Podziemski hooks a pass, right corner to Draymond. Back to the baseline of Podziemski, and he'll fire and fill it. Podziemski makes it 49-48. This is with a 1-point lead. Karis LeVert with a bounce to Tobias. To the baseline, getting off the high glass, and he hit it. 9 for Tobias. Pistons by 3. 2-12 to play in the half. Podziemski with a long three, uncontested, but missed it to Asar. Snaps the pass to Duncan Robinson. His triple try. Halfway down, popped out. Second time that's happened to him tonight.
From almost the same spot.
Warriors move it to Podziemski. Drake does his first foul. Podziemski for the right baseline, left-hand scoop off the glass, no. Danish Jenkins on the run. In front to Asar, a leaner no. Podziemski with a rebound. In a battle with Paul Reed, he won.
Scramble for it. Asar's on the floor. So is Melton. And Asar's called for the loose ball foul. Boy, has he ever acted tonight? Look at this. He goes diving for this thing. He gets more Anthony than he does the ball, but cannot deny the hustle. But here he is from the corner. Let me tell you.
Hold your breath there. For a guy that has missed as much time as Anthony Melton, he's so happy to have his legs back under him and be healthy now. Oof. Sure his life flashed before his eyes right there. Melton is okay. LJ Cryer with Jenkins on him. I was about to say, you might want to get LJ Cryer back in the game here. Here's 7, kicking it out to GP2 and battled on the 3. I like Omer that took his time and then found the wide open shooter. He recognized it. Make a read. The defense collapses on you as you're rolling, short roll in there. Go ahead and pass it out. GP2 is ready. So Porzingis injured and went to the locker room. P. Santos injured, went to the locker room. Somebody hit Melton, he just held his breath on that last play. Knocked away right back to Tobias Harris, and that's just a bad bounce of the ball. It was good defense, but the ricochet back to Harris, so the Pistons up a dozen. You're at 7. Peeled off his man really well. I got that deflection, but he's just in the right place at the right time. Now, dribbling against Asar Thompson is a problem. Jordan will reward the youngster. Man and Asar Thompson, I mean, they're two of the best play defenders the league has to offer. You just have to